So how can I help you this afternoon? Well, I was hoping to declare my major today. I would like to major in early childhood education. You want to major in early childhood education? Yeah. Really? Really? You want to get your bachelor's in early childhood education? Yeah. Why on God's green earth would you do that to yourself? Well, I really like working with children, and I really think the first 5 years of a person's life are the most formative, and I'd really like to be a part of that. You do understand that there are a lot of pitfalls to this type of career, probably more so than the average school teacher. Of course. For one, regardless of your level of education, you're probably going to make around 10 to 15 an hour at the maximum. Well, a job like that's not about the money. And another thing, regardless of the amount of work you put into the curriculum, the behavior management, and the assessment of the students, a lot of parents are going to just regard you and the school you work for as a glorified babysitting service. Well, I'm sure not all parents are like that. You're right, not every parent is going to see you like that. Some parents are going to see you as somebody who just cannot do any right. You're being too nice to the kid, you're being too strict with the kid. You're feeding the kid too much, you're not feeding the kid enough. The kids play too much, the kids don't play enough. For every mitten, sock, or tube of toothpaste that gets lost, it's going to be your head on the table when the parent comes in, regardless as to the fact that they didn't label those objects when they came in the first place, even though it's very explicitly stated in the student handbook. In fact, you're essentially in charge of every mitten, sock, and tube of toothpaste that comes into that school, even if you have as many as 20 students in your room. And speaking of 20 students in the room, if you're really lucky, you'll end up working at a center where the director wants to fill up the rooms to the absolute maximum capacity as dictated by the law of your state for the simple fact of making a few extra dollars, regardless of the fact that it comes at the cost of the welfare of the students as well as the welfare of the teachers. You'll find yourself struggling to get everything done in time because you probably won't get any prep time like school teachers usually do, and you'll find yourself doing almost everything in your free time for free even though you're working for basically minimum wage. But I love working with children. Of course, who wouldn't want to work with children? But in case you haven't figured it out yet, let me break it down real simple for you. With this job, you're going to be playing the role as the teacher, the behavioral specialist, the psychologist, the counselor, the early intervention specialist, the nutritionist, the mediator, the negotiator, and the PR rep. You're going to get paid around the same amount of money as a supervisor for a drugstore, who may or may not have their GED. Now, what did you want to change your major to again? Accounting.